This is WLOX, News Now at 6. Your news starts right now.
Wow. First COVID vaccine.
With a needle in the arm of the state doctor who has been guiding Mississippians through the pandemic for the better part of the year, COVID-19 vaccinations in Mississippi have officially begun.
Just can't tell you how excited we are to kick this off. This is a day we've been waiting for.
A day we've been waiting for. 181,095 Mississippians have been infected with the virus and 4,204 have died. Now, after inoculations officially started this afternoon, a handful of Mississippians have received the vaccine that healthcare leaders hope will signal the beginning of the end of the pandemic. This video showing doses being unpacked at University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson today. The question on everyone's mind now, when will the vaccine be available here on the coast? And here's what we're learning right now. Singing River Health System will receive initial doses of the Pfizer vaccine, just under 1,000 tomorrow around lunchtime. Doctors at Memorial Hospital expected to receive the first shipment of the Moderna vaccine a week from today. They say they'll immediately start administering the vaccine to frontline healthcare workers. Highland Community Hospital in Picayune expects to get about 100 doses next week. Merit Health expects to start getting doses this week. Even amid the heartening vaccine news, leaders say the situation is still dire. More than 1,600 new cases reported just today. 5 new deaths statewide, and Dr. Dobbs saying today it will get worse before it gets better.
I'm just going to say it straight up. It's ugly right now, and it's about to get a whole lot uglier. There's no way to imagine that these thousands and thousands of backlog cases are not going to translate eventually into hospitalized patients and ICU patients. So we see a real avalanche of folks hitting the healthcare system soon. So I just want everybody to understand that we're going to have a rough winter.
And tonight, the community of Wiggins remembers Mayor Joel Miles, who died on Sunday due to double pneumonia weeks after being diagnosed with COVID-19. Chancellor Wynn shares the memories of those who spent years working closely with Mayor Joel Miles.
Waving in a brisk, chilly wind, American flags throughout Wiggins fly at half-staff, honoring Mayor Joel Miles, who died on Sunday after being hospitalized due to double pneumonia just weeks after being diagnosed with COVID-19.
It's definitely going to be tough. I mean, again, because, we all worked with him very closely and got to know each other on a friend level. So we've lost a friend and a leader. And again, it's gonna be tough for a lot of us.
Miles was more than just the mayor of Wiggins, but a lifelong resident of Stone County and the co-owner of Hudson Farm Supply in Wiggins.
And I think that's an important perspective for an elected official to have. Sometimes they don't, actually get it. He, had to do a payroll and had to, show up at work and that sort of thing. So he understood, the challenges, especially this year, that small businesses have had.
A true member of the Wiggins community, a small town that grew to be an extension of Miles's family.
He's helped promote some growth in the city, and he was just a positive person that'll be missed greatly. As a person, Joel was he was a private person, very humble. He would go out of his way to help someone that needed his assistance.
Reporting in Wiggins, Chancellor Wynn, WLOX News Now.
Miles was first hospitalized at George Regional Hospital before being transferred to Memorial Hospital on Friday. His family says they are appreciative of the staff at both hospitals for their efforts and care. A kitchen fire leaves the Gulfport family displaced tonight. It only took firefighters a matter of minutes to extinguish the blaze that started in the kitchen of this home on Madison Street. That's right off Highway 49 near the Lowe's. Gulfport Fire Chief Michael Bierstadt says 13 children and 3 adults were in this house when the fire started. All got out safely. He says a pot left on the stove led to the fire and spread into the attic. The fire department reached out to the Salvation Army to help find living accommodations for those residents. Bierstadt says there were no working smoke detectors in the home. The controversial Confederate soldier monument will stay for now at the Harrison County Courthouse in Gulfport, even after Coast schools remove Confederate-era names. Some say that today's vote is a sign there's still a long way to go. Chet Landry has the story.
The Harrison County Board of Supervisors took up a vote on an order to remove and relocate the Confederate monument outside the courthouse. Supervisors Martin and Jones say their understanding of the history, but feel that there's a better place for the century-old statue. They then allowed comments from the public to take place, one for and one against the monument.
Every time you take away a piece of history, you take away somebody's freedom. You know, every time you take away something like the monuments or something that doesn't stand for racism, then you're taking away people's freedom, regardless of which race it is.
No one is trying to reerase history. What we're trying to do is make it feel for the comfort and betterment of all people along this Gulf Coast.
In order for us to say we're one coast, we need to project the image of one coast. And right now, we're not projecting that image.
Betty Ewing says that the failed measure has a deeper, unspoken meaning.
We are too intelligent for this kind of action to keep going on, for us to keep putting it up under the rug. It is a shame that our elected officials do not want to stand for what is right, and they know what's right. They know what's right. We have talked about this for 50 years, about that statue.
With a deadlock vote of 2-2, the tiebreaker vote was just not there, as Supervisor Connie Rocco was not present for Monday morning's meeting. Reporting in Biloxi, Chet Landry, WLOX News Now.
According to the county's public information officer, Rocco was homesick with a non-COVID related illness. For the monument to be brought back up for discussion, a member of the public would need to petition the Board of Supervisors to reintroduce the item on the agenda. One person is dead after a wreck on I-59 this afternoon. It happened around 1:30 near the 25-mile marker in Pearl River County. Mississippi Highway Patrol tells us a pickup truck rear-ended a semi-truck. The interstate was shut down while a helicopter landed to transfer the patient from an ambulance, but the driver, a Pearl River County resident, died on the scene. Highway Patrol is investigating the accident. Tonight, family and community are celebrating the life of Molly Lee, the Gulfport teen recently killed in a car crash. Tristan Rupert joins us live from Gulfport tonight with more on how the community there in Gulfport is remembering Molly.
Few hundreds came out to Milner Stadium today to pay perhaps their final respects to Molly Lee. There were touching tributes from classmates, teachers, even family actually stood up to say some final words, and this was anything but a mourning. This was a celebration of the life she led, the memories she made, and the friendships that so many will cherish in the decades ahead, because her life, while not forgotten, it's still a tragic scene here in Gulfport. They are so exuberant, though, that so many people are coming together to really showcase the incredible individual that she was. There was a touching photo display going on throughout the presentation, and of course the hashtag Long Live Molly. It was a touching scene. So many people brought to tears as they paid a final tribute with song, with words, of course, as well. And so many people coming out, even from Biloxi, Ocean Springs. It really was an incredible show. That this is one coast, and everybody will miss this young lady. We're going to have more on the story, and of course the touching tributes that took place here at Milner Stadium tonight at 10. Until then, reporting in Gulfport, Tristan Rupert, WLOX News Now.
Now, WLOX First Alert Weather.
And it has been a very chilly Monday. We struggled to make it into the 50s today, and now we're beginning to drop more so into the 40s. 46 right now in Gulfport at the Red Pest Solutions, and the wind makes it feel even cooler. Compared to this time yesterday, we're roughly about 20 degrees cooler, and the cold front definitely did its job. We've had some cloud cover stick around, and it's been pretty stubborn, and it looks like we have a few more clouds beginning to move in from the south and west. No rain, though, expected tonight, but eventually we'll drop down into the 30s tomorrow morning, so it's going to be a cold start to our Tuesday. Another front is expected by Tuesday night. I'll have your full forecast in a few minutes.
Cooling off in a big way tonight, and thanks to some good Samaritans, a group of rescued turtles find new life here on the Gulf Coast. Andres Fuentes joins us live from the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies with more on these turtles' journey.
Yeah, as you can see, it's a lot of action right now in the room, where a lot of the staff right here are actually inspecting the turtles, making sure they're okay. As you can see right now, they're cleaning them right now, and eventually they'll do ultrasounds, weighing them, do blood work, and things like that. But I'm actually joined with Director Moby Soleimani. So why don't you just step a little bit in the frame, but tell me what's going on here and what's so special about these turtles?
Well, these are the most endangered sea turtles in the world, the Kemp's Ridley. They had a cold front that these animals stranded in an unprecedented numbers, and they've asked people on facilities on the Gulf Coast to help out. We have decades of experience. Right now you see veterinarians from Mississippi State University and the students coming here. Not only are they helping us, but they're also learning. We are very delighted that we can help the folks in the Northeast and also save and restore the population of the most endangered turtle, the Kemp's Ridley.
And what's unique is both you and the Mississippi Aquarium actually got some of these turtles all the way from the north, and then eventually we'll release them to the wild. And how does that make you feel?
It makes us feel great, because this is, like I said, a very endangered species. We've been doing this for decades. We have a very strong collaborative program with Mississippi State's College of Veterinary Medicine, and they have, like I said, we have about 7 or 8 students here, 2 faculty members that are participating, and one that's full-time right here. So it's really a tremendous opportunity for us to learn and also help in the restoration and recovery of the species.
And like you said, they're going to be here until they're healthy enough to go into the wild. Will you be naming any of them, and will you name one after me?
Well, of course. I mean, we really appreciate it. WLOX has done a fantastic job over the many, many years that I've worked with them, at least 3 or 4 decades. And I think highlighting these, it helps with the grassroots of understanding to protect these animals. These are as important as anything else in the environment.
All right, thank you so much. Back to you guys in studio.
Those turtles certainly bouncing back. Changes could be coming to mental health care in South Mississippi. Details on a possible upcoming partnership with an organization in the Pine Belt. That's straight ahead.
The news for South Mississippi continues. WLOX News Now at 6.
Sponsored in high definition, exclusively by Singing River Health System, Hospice of Light. Because every moment counts.
Pine Belt Mental Health could soon be working right here in Harrison County. The Board of Supervisors voted Monday morning to express interest in a lease agreement with Region 12 Pine Belt Mental Health Care Resources to take up shop in Harrison County. This move, county officials say, will not cost the taxpayers any additional dollars.
What that means is they'll start operating it, running it. It'll be more financially stable. We will continue to subsidize them with money, but not the millions that we've been subsidizing. This will not change any services to the public, so it's a win-win for all of us.
As of now, no timeline is in place for the Hattiesburg region to get started. The nursing program at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College ranks as the #1 community college nursing program in the state. RegisteredNursing.org assessed all programs on several factors, including the past and current test passing rates. Vice President Dr. Joan Hendrick says the facility and the staff and the faculty work hard to make sure all students are successful when they leave MGCCC. Out of 731 programs across 12 states, MGCCC's nursing program is also ranked #4 in the Southeast region. Healthcare providers are noticing less foot traffic related to flu visits this year than in previous years. Urgent Care in Ocean Springs says many of their visits are COVID related, even though influenza may not be the first to come to mind when you begin to feel ill during this pandemic. Urgent Care aims to screen for multiple illnesses to help address the importance of influenza. The CDC has maximized flu vaccinations by purchasing 11.3 million doses of the flu vaccine. That's both adult and pediatric doses. An improved fire rating in Biloxi. Why city leaders say the rating will help residents' pocketbooks. Ahead.
And we have another cold front in the forecast. More on that in a few minutes. But first, here's your marine forecast for tonight.
WLOX First Alert Weather with meteorologist Taylor Graham.
Well, we have seen a big difference in our weather over the past 24 hours. Today has been much cooler than yesterday. Also pretty breezy too, with winds out of the north and northwest. And it's still chilly and breezy out there in Biloxi. 48 right now, so temperatures are beginning to drop a little bit. We still have that northerly wind at about 13 miles per hour, and temperatures are only getting cooler from here. Eventually, just before the sunrise tomorrow, we'll drop down into the upper 30s along the coast, but for our inland areas, we're expecting the mid 30s. And even though the wind is going to be a little bit calmer compared to where we were at today, we're still keeping a bit of a breeze out of the north and east, and that could make the wind chill roughly into the upper 20s and low 30s. So all in all, it's going to be a cold start to our Tuesday. We've seen a lot of cloud cover today as well, and it looks like we have some more moving in from the south and west, more so of these high thin clouds. We had a lot of low cloud cover today, but despite the cloud cover, I'm not expecting any rain tonight, and we may begin to see some breaks in the clouds by early Tuesday morning. But by Tuesday night, we're looking at another system along with a cold front that will be moving on through. Right now, it's way out there towards our west near the Four Corners, but that's going to be heading in our direction by Tuesday night, giving us another chance of seeing some more showers. Now, like I had said, tonight we're not expecting any rain, and we may see some of those clouds begin to break apart. So by Tuesday morning, we may see a little bit more sunshine, and I do expect some sun to kick off our Tuesday afternoon. But once we head towards the evening, it does look like the clouds will begin to thicken up ahead of that cold front, and we may begin to see a few light showers pop up after the sunset. Now, our best chance of rain is really going to be overnight Tuesday into early Wednesday morning as that cold front begins to push on through. And it's not out of the question that we could see a few heavy downpours, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. But most of us are just going to see some pretty light rainfall. And the rain's going to be moving out of the way pretty quickly. Once we get into Wednesday afternoon, we will begin to dry out, maybe a few lingering clouds. And we're still going to be warming up near 60 by Wednesday afternoon, despite that cold front passing through. But the cool air really settles in by Thursday and Friday. That's when our high temperatures will drop back down into the mid to upper 50s, making it feel a little bit more like the holidays around here. And what's going to make it really feel like December is those morning lows. We are looking at those low temperatures by Thursday and Friday morning, back into the mid to upper 30s. Signs are showing that we may begin to warm up a little bit more by the weekend with highs in the 60s, and another system could bring a few more showers by Saturday and Sunday.
Taylor, thank you. Fire insurance prices could soon be dropping for Biloxi residents. How improvements in infrastructure and new fire stations led to the improved rating coming up, plus another battle brewing over an oak tree in Ocean Springs, the debate to keep the tree standing. Fire insurance prices in Biloxi could be set to drop as the department improves its fire rating. Mayor Fofo Gillich and Fire Chief Joe Boney gathered a few firefighters in the Public Safety Center earlier this afternoon to share the good news. Ratings are determined on a 1 to 10 scale and reassessed every 5 years by the state. Thanks to a huge team effort, infrastructure improvements, and new fire stations, the state lowered the city of Biloxi from a 3 to a 2 and reaffirmed what Mayor Gillich has thought for a long time.
Sort of a confirmation that they're none better than us. You know, we've always thought that, we have the best fire department around, the most well-equipped, best paid, most appreciated fire department. This is sort of a confirmation. As Joe said, we're in the top 2% of the country.
Gulfport is the only other department with a fire rating less than 3 in the state. And if you live in Biloxi, the mayor and chief encourage you to reach out to your insurance provider to see if you're eligible now for a lower rate. Another tree battle is brewing in Ocean Springs. Hurricane Zeta did severe damage to this huge oak on Maurepas Park. An arborist inspected the tree and told city leaders the root system was too damaged for the tree to survive. Even the talk of cutting down the centuries-old oak sparked a passionate debate on social media between citizens and Mayor Shay Dobson, with comments begging for the city to give the tree a chance to recover before making any decisions about the fate of the tree. Dobson says the city is getting a second opinion from another arborist. which he hopes that report will be ready in time for tomorrow's Board of Aldermen meeting. A last look of tonight's forecast just ahead. We felt that change today. It was much cooler, and it's going to cool off even more tonight.
Yeah, if you have a fireplace, tonight is the night to use it. We're cooling down into the 30s tomorrow morning. No rain expected, and at least the wind's going to be dying down just a little bit. But all in all, get ready for a cold start to our Tuesday. 59 for our high tomorrow, so warmer than today. And we are expecting some showers to arrive late Tuesday night into Wednesday, thanks to another cold front. By Thursday and Friday, we're going to be cooling off again, back to the 50s with lows in the 30s.
Thank you for joining us here at 6 o'clock. Have a great night.